Hi, everyone. It might be a while since you've last seen me. We've had a wild week at Howard with the cyber incident that took down our classes and all the internet for the past week. Or you might be just watching a whole bunch of videos back to back and you might have just seen me. I don't know. But I'm here to talk about the other issue that we've had in the past week, which is the Mimir IDE going down. Now, the way I showed you to write your how to write your code here on the Mimir page is in the class. If you wanted to work on lab 2, you would click the lab, and over here on the right I showed you this open in Mimir IDE button. So that would open a new tab, and normally this would try to load up an IDE, but we've been getting this error page. And if I try refreshing this, now it seems to sometimes show a 404 error page. I've been in contact with the Mimir team, asking them about what's going on, and the timeline is unclear for how soon this will get fixed. We were hoping that it would be fixed by the end of this past week, but it wasn't. And so the first workaround that we found for you all, that we posted on Piazza, was specifically for Lab 2, to make sure you had enough time to finish it. We created a duplicate assignment called Lab 2 Alternative, which didn't use the IDE at all. If you clicked Continue Assignment here, there are these code boxes where you could type your code. Oh yeah, so I'll put back this print hello world line. Saved. And then you could run, you could click the run tests button, but that doesn't let you run your code in the terminal like we're used to. So you can't test it out with your own inputs. So you can kind of see what your program does compared to the kind of what it should do. But the output here doesn't show you it doesn't show you the same thing that the terminal would show you. Our autograder actually runs a program that runs your code. And so the output is whatever our program decides to print out. And so it could be a little confusing. So today I'm going to show you an alternative to the Mimir IDE that you can use to write code, run code that we're used to, and then I'll show you how to download what you've written and submit it on Mimir. And so this alternative is called Replit. So if you go to replit.com, that's replit.com. This is just like the Mimir IDE. This is a in-browser IDE, so it's running in the cloud. And so you can log in from anywhere and your code is always there. So on this page, go ahead and click Start Coding. And here you can sign up for a free account. Replit is completely free. I'm going to go ahead and sign in with my Google account. And that'll take you to this home page. So go ahead and pause the video, follow along with me. Go to replit.com, click Start Coding, and sign up for an account, and then come back once you're at this screen. Okay, through the magic of videos, now I assume you're with me here. Probably you're on this screen and you will see some sort of kind of pop-up that you have to X out. I think it gives you some offer for a paid version of Replit, which you don't need. Just X out until you see this screen here. So you can see this Create Python button. Go ahead and click Python. And you can leave whatever default name you want here, or you could rename it. So we could call this my CSCI100 just REPL. And click Create REPL. And now we have a view that should look very similar to the Mimir IDE. On the left, we have a visual view of our files. There's already a file called main.py here. In the middle, we have the actual code editor, where you're going to write some code. Hello world. And on the right, we have our terminal. Now I'll point out here, there's console and there's a little shell tab, and you're going to want to click the shell tab. So the console is a place where you can write Python in an interactive way, where you just type something in. So x equals 5, print x, this will print out 5. Whereas the terminal, which we used to kind of run the program that we've written is in that shell tab. So here I can do ls to see all the files. And of course, it matches up with what we see over here. Just one file, main.py. We can print the working directory here. And we can run this. So we can do python 3, python 4, python 3 main.py. And it prints out hello world. So great. Now you can go ahead and hello world. Maybe I'll do goodbye world. Go back here to python 3 main.py. Hello world, goodbye world. Now, if you want to take an assignment from Mimir, you can go ahead and go to whatever the assignment is. So here's Labo 2, for example. And instead of clicking Open in Mimir IDE, you're going to click the Download Starter Code button. And this is going to download a folder with the starter code. You can click it to unzip the folder. And then now, going back to our REPL, you can upload that folder into Replit. So I'll just go to my downloads here, and I have this folder. I'm going to go ahead and upload. And it will ask you, do you want to upload 3 files to the site? You click upload. And now we can see here that there are 3 files on the left. So if I click these, you can see these. This is the starter code, the same starter code you would have seen in the Mimir IDE. Now, one thing I would recommend that you do is that you rename the folders to not have any spaces. So rename maybe just lab 02, like that. The reason I recommend that is because when you have file names with spaces in the terminal, so let me show you. Let me change the name here to lab 02 word hello. So that's okay. You can have spaces in folders, but in the terminal, you'll notice that spaces are used to split up. After a command, you have a space, and then you give the file name. And if you have more spaces, spaces are used to split up arguments that are passed into a command, like Python 3 and what you're running, or cd space and then the name of the directory you want to move to. So if you wanted to change directory into a directory, if you typed lab02 space word space hello, the terminal will get confused, say too many arguments, because cd, the change directory command, is looking for just a single argument. And so if you ever want to have a single argument have spaces in it, lab02, you use this backslash before a space, which is called an escape character, which tells the terminal to treat that as the literal space character part of whatever this thing, this argument is, and not like the kind of space that separates multiple arguments, which is kind of a pain to remember. It works. If I go back here and I hit enter, yep. So now we can see you're in the lab02 world hello folder, but it's just much easier if you rename folders, directories to not have any spaces. So now cd lab02 just works. And now that you're here, you can run your code just the same way you're used to in Mimir. So Python 3. Let's see if we run the monthly savings code. Nothing happens because it's an empty file. Why don't we pull up swap values? So if we run swap values, enter number 5, enter another number 3, and you can see the code gets executed.